Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a braid tutorial on Nadia's head. We will be doing knotless braids in the back. As you see, I already have the part section off, and then we will be doing stitch braids at the top that can be worn down or in a bun. For this braid tutorial today, I will be using EZBRAID Ombre 1B30. I also will be using Shine and Jam and a rat tail comb. So I will list all of the products I use and the hair in the description box, as well as in the beginning of the video. All right, let's get started. Now that I'm pretty much done with this braid, I'm going to continue braiding all the way down to the very end because I hate loose ends. I hate when they look just dry and crusty. Alright y'all, so this is what the back row is looking like. I do make sure that I braid all the way down to the ends. And I will be working on this next row. I will be speeding this part up because once you know how to do a knotless braid, I mean, there's really nothing else to show. I also do window spaces so that it looks a little bit fuller and it covers up any gaps. I also wanted to point out, as you can see, her hair is very saturated with product. I did use LIV grease to moisturize her hair. Then I am using Shine and Jam to define the parts and to slick her hair down. With knotless braids, it is extremely important to make sure that the hair is slick enough or it will look frizzy and bunched up. So you want the braid to be as slick as possible, since the knotless braid is basically like their hair is on top instead of the braid hair being on top with like a traditional box braid. So it's very important to make sure that her hair is slicked down because you see more of her hair than you do the braid. I'm also tucking the hell out of her hair. As you can see, her hair is not as straight as I would normally like for it to be, but I've even braided clients' hair while it's wet in the box braids. Just as long as you do a good enough job tucking the hair, it really doesn't matter if what state the natural hair is in. You just have to make sure that you use enough product to make it blend and also do a damn good job tucking it behind the braiding hair. So there's no true skill or method to stitch braiding. I think the best thing, like you saw me do, is to just get the hair in position, in the position as far as like molding it to where you want to start stitch braiding. So define the part and then kind of make sure you detangle the hair as best as possible. Get enough product on there to where it glides through your fingers to where you're not struggling with it. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I can't stitch braid without a comb, or I can't stitch braid without nails. Well, as you can see, I have nothing. I don't even have a little bit of nail. And you can use different fingers to stitch braid. I just decided to use my pinky because I was recording. It's the best way to do it. But I do it with all kind of fingers. It doesn't matter what finger you do it with. Just make sure that as you are trying to create the stitch on one end, that you do not let go of the braid in your hand, that you do not let it loosen up at all, or that will mess up the consistency of the braid. So key points: slickerization, slick it up. And if you need to use a comb, use a comb. But I've been doing this for so long that I feel like it's best to learn how to do it without a comb, because, or without fake nails on, because you become dependent on it. So the best thing to do is to figure out how to do it without all of those. And I really don't care how crisp and clean the stitches are, just as long as she has stitches. That's all that matters. So, and if one thing that I've learned is that she does have 4C hair, and that's one of the hardest types of hair to stitch braid, just because sometimes the hair wants to curl back up and it doesn't look like the part was actually stitched, or the braid was actually stitched. And that's perfectly fine. Just as long as you see a little bit of stitch, I'm cool with that. So I'm just going to continue to do this for all the braids in the front. And then we will dip and you guys will see the final result. doing my hair.
For doing my hair.
The best person ever.
You're the best person ever.
I would never, ever. Oh my God. Say thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
For doing my hair.
For doing
you.
I couldn't do it without
I was a mess
I was a mess.
A hot mess.
You just started with that picture. What I didn't do
Without
it
you.
Be like when my husband
I'll
tried.
never take you for granted ever again.
I'll never take you for granted.
Please always
ever again.
take care of my baby hairs.
Please take care of my baby hairs.
Amen.
Amen.